Now, one of the aspects, again, of the Tom Price plan is also part of the Paul Ryan plan, and that is the reinstituting of what are known as high-risk pools in each state across the country. In fact, these high-risk pools, basically the idea is we're going to corral all the sick people, all the people who have pre-existing conditions. Paul Ryan told us last week he thinks it's 8% of the population under the age of 65. That could be up to 20 million people. I've seen other projections closer to 4 or 5 million people. And he talks about how fantastic these high-risk pools were. And as of 2008 or 9, leading into Obamacare, there were 34 across the country, various state risk pools. They all had different rules and whatnot, and they served 200,000 people. If you're going to put all the high-risk people in these pools, all the pre-existing conditions in these pools, it's going to be 4 to 8 million people. But up until those 34 states, it was 200,000 people. The reason why there was only 200,000 people was because premiums were far more expensive in those high-risk pools. Here's Paul Ryan singing the praises of the one that he had in Wisconsin.
We believe that state high-risk pools are a smarter way of guaranteeing coverage for people with pre-existing conditions. We had a really good one in Wisconsin.
Yeah. We had a really good one in Wisconsin. This is an email I got from Eric, listener Eric. According to Paul Ryan, we believe that state high-risk pools are a smart way of guaranteeing coverage for people with pre-existing. We had a really good one in Wisconsin. Eric writes, I have multiple sclerosis. There are medications that delay the progression of MS, and I have taken one, glatiramer acetate, since 1999. Its price in the 90s was about $10,000 a year. Since that time, the price has increased many-fold. The brand name of this drug, Copaxone, now costs $78,000 a year. A generic version of this drug was released by drug manufacturer Novartis in 2015. It costs $75,000 a year, a whopping savings of 4%. In 2011, I called Wisconsin's high-risk pool and asked about their coverage of MS. The answer? They covered none of the prescription medication used to delay the progression of MS. The advice of the guy I talked with at Wisconsin's high-risk pool, go to Canada, buy the drug there, and bring it back to Wisconsin. Paul Ryan is so full of shit. And it doesn't just end there. Not only were these high-risk pools not sufficient, it cost about $2.5 million a year to subsidize these risk pools. Half were borne by premiums. Half of that was borne by other, some states did it with their tobacco funds, supplements. But $2.5 billion a year to deal with 200,000 people. Paul Ryan's plan calls for $2.5 billion a year to deal with 4 to 20 million people. Hey, it's Sam Seder. Why don't you subscribe to this channel? You can do so right over here. Subscribe.